hi, and welcome to another edition of the show. I'm your host, Joe, and not with me, as always, my faithful companion, Norm the Drowsy Dog. If you have followed the posts or anything I've been making at all, and if you didn't know, Norm got into a bad accident last week. Crazy series of events that I could have never imagined happening transpired. And even though it was not my fault directly, indirectly, I'm kind of partially responsible for what happened to him. Too long of a story to go into. You don't want to know it, and it's really crazy. But suffice it to say, Norm had a really bad break on his right rear leg. A spiral fracture all across the bone. Nasty break, and as a result, he ended up having to have a rod and pins and a plate put in to help his leg heal. But he's got a long 8 weeks of first off recovery, and then another 2 months on top of that, where basically we're going to have to do a lot of stuff for him and make sure that he does not re-injure his leg. And as a result, there's no way he can come down the stairs to be on the show. I'm going to try to maybe film an episode upstairs at some point so we can get in on the action still. But as it is, we're reaching the crazy season for me at work, so I may not have a lot of time to do too many shows between now and the end of the year anyway, but we'll try to get Norm back on the show as soon as we can. But you're not here for that. You're here to find out about some cool new music. And today, there's a little hint in my shirt, we're going to be talking about the new side project band, Minor Alps, and their new release, Get There, which is a side project from two of my favorite people. One being Mathew Caws from the band Not a Surf. He's the lead singer and guitarist. The other, Juliana Hatfield from the Blake Babies and Juliana Hatfield 3. They basically had a little mutual admiration society, and the two first worked together on Hatfield's 2008 album, How to Walk Away, on the song Such a Beautiful Girl, which Caws guested on. And then Hatfield returned the favor, guesting on Not a Surf's 2008 album, Lucky, and she did the song I Want to Take You Home, which was a bonus track on B-side to the record, but a really cool tune. And the two, really liked each other's stuff, and they decided, hey, man, we should make a record together sometime, and finally they have. And they made this little record, Get There, by the Minor Alps. The two played pretty much all the instruments on the album, do all the vocals except drums. They got help from a couple of friends on that. But basically, it's a really cool album of two great people singing very well together. The voices blend amazingly well together. They almost disappear into each other. It's so effortless. It's really cool. Most of the record is kind of a downcast, low-key affair, but there are some rockers on it, including the song you're hearing right now, which is the lead-off single, I Don't Know What to Do With My Hands, which kind of picks up the pace a little bit, as well as the song Mixed Feelings, which is about as rockin' as the album gets. Other than that, it's pretty mellow and chill, which I've been into a lot of that kind of stuff lately. But really good, very much an indie, early 90s kind of feel to the album, especially in a lot of playing, a little bit of Beatlesque overtones to some of the tracks, but just a great record to put on in the background and chill out to. I quite like, I like the whole damn record, but some standout tracks to me would be the songs Maxon, Lonely Low, which has a really cool little guitar solo, and I quite like Waiting for You, which in pretty much most intents and purposes is a Not a Surf song. All the guys from Not a Surf, including bassist Dylan Yoloka and Ira Elliott, wrote it, and then Hatfield contributed to it too, and it very much sounds like a Not a Surf song. But if you are a fan of Hatfield's solo stuff or that Not a Surf stuff, you should definitely, if you haven't yet, go out and pick up Minor Alps, Get There. Really great record. I hope they do more of them together because it's really cool stuff. They are actually going to be performing in Boston. I forget the name of the venue, but it's this Saturday, November 23rd. I wish I could go, but at this time of year, trying to go to an out-of-town show, especially on a Saturday night, is nigh impossible for me. If things worked out differently, I'd try to go, but even then, given the events of what had happened recently, pretty much tending to norm a lot of the time, so I don't really have a lot of spare time, and if it's not that, it's work, which is why I am unshaven. And just trying to get the show out while I have the time. But I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try to get a few more episodes out between now and Christmas as time allows. I'm going to try and get Norm involved in it. But if not, stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're checking out my good friend Scott over at Righteous Vinyl. And, of course, the rest of the day, guys, Gino, Sean, and Mellow Pete. And occasionally me, but I doubt you'll be seeing too much of my face really lately because I don't have the time late these days, but I'm going to try to do the show for you. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time on Sin Spin.